Hi everyone, happy summer. I hope that you're having a great start to the summer and getting settled into the course. Having a good summer here on the farm. We found a litter of little baby kittens, and so my daughters and I have been bottle feeding cats, and we're looking to rehome some kittens in the next few weeks. So I've been impressed so far with the start. Seems like everyone's settling into a groove with your Saturday and Monday submission dates. I also am impressed by how quickly you have grasped what is the field of disability studies. And so it's very common when we start a term to think about disability studies initially as maybe the study of impairments or disability. I teach those classes in our special education program, though through a disability studies lens. But disability studies is in fact looking at disability as a social construction and the academic side to the disability rights movement. So keep up the good conversations and engagement with the topics. I wanted to take a couple minutes to talk about your action projects. And so the focus of your action project is inclusive and just practices for individuals with disabilities. And that can be accessing the community or programs. But because this is an online space, I know many of you are traveling. I think that we need to think creatively about what is attainable within a short time span and remotely engaging in this project. It's up to you if you want to work in a small group or individually. Because we are spread out around the country and actually across the globe this term, I encourage you to think about ways that you can work either individually or in a very small group. And so the goal is for you to create a plan and implement that plan. I'd like for you to think about what spaces or opportunities in your community are not accessible and think of a way to increase accessibility. And so an example that came to my mind this last week, I went with a friend and scholar in the field of disability studies. Her name is Deva Kasnitz, and we went with my two daughters to the Cincinnati Zoo last week. And so we went to have lunch while we were there and found that none of the eating spaces are very accessible. And so there are no alternative menus. The menus are all posted very high in a font that's very hard to read without any contrast. And they didn't have visual menus or braille menus or any menus that you can physically hold. And so we talked with a manager there about alternative formats, and they had said that they had not considered. So think creatively about spaces that you can give some feedback to make more accessible. And our next week's module 5, the following week, incorporates some discussion around what is universal design. And so though your assignments won't be due until the last Monday of class, I think it would behoove you to look ahead to what is universal design, what are the principles of universal design, and that will help you in determining some areas that could be more accessible. So think about Miami spaces or spaces in your local community that you can talk with, email, or get involved in some personal way to make some suggestions for increased accessibility. If you have any questions or need any assistance at any point, please feel free to send me an email. I'm on the go a bit with the farm and with two girls, and so I do a lot of my work for the class in the evenings. But if I can help in any way during the day, the best way to reach me is to text me or give me a call. And again, my cell phone number is 614-270-1750. I hope all is well, and I look forward to seeing your continued engagement, and I'm happy to help with your action projects in any way. Take care.